See, well, let's talk Baltimore first. The fact they've made this charge. What do you think has been the keys for them?
I think they're just sticking to starting off of last year. I think about the All-Star. I think about the trade deadline last year where, they felt like they were right there in the hunt. They trade away Lopez. They trade away Mancini. It's like, man, what are these guys doing? They've been sticking to the plan, and it's showing that their process, they're right on time. We feel like they're a year ahead. I feel like amongst that clubhouse and front office at this point, they feel like they're right on time. They understand that the Rays came out the gates extremely hot. I think the light schedule did have something to do with that. Yeah. But they say, we stick to the program. We got all these young guys, and everybody's playing extremely well. That offense is one of the best in the game. You got Adley Rutschman being a true leader, in my opinion, in that clubhouse. I think we're about to see the Orioles go on this run for the next 4 or 5 years. They're going to be right here in the hunt at the top spot.
Man, I was looking at you on camera. That shirt is popping you got on.
Not popping like that blue you got on. My blue
the three-piece is great.
Now let me make my comment here. You know what? The Orioles, looking at the Rays, you see Randy Rosarena getting ready.
Randy is how you know.
Randy. Yeah. He's getting ready. But it takes me back to the Tampa Rays when they made this start was with Longoria and Upton and all those guys, right? They didn't miss on their first-round picks. You can't miss on the number ones. So Gunnar Henderson, I know he was second round, but Adley Rutschman on through their players that they brought in, their draft pick guys, they didn't miss. You can't miss if you want to continue to turn things around. They've done a nice job of that.
I think the Orioles have to look at this series like a huge opportunity to take off right now. The Rays are a little down right now. They haven't been playing great. Yeah. The offense that I thought was untouchable, you've seen them scuffle. You see they're not scoring a lot of runs right now. So right now may be the perfect time for somebody like Kyle Gibson to run across the Rays, catch them off guard, because that normally on a matchup, we're looking at this matchup at the beginning of the year. We're saying Glass now versus Gibson. We're saying it's probably a huge favorite towards the Rays. But right now, not so much. If you can try to catch a team when they're going through a lull, hopefully you don't wake up that sleeping bear, because as soon as they wake up, they're not slowing back down again. But catch them off guard right now, you can get off to a good
But
run.
there's always litmus tests throughout the season. It could easily flip the other way for the Orioles. If they go in there and get swept, that's a tailspin coming. You know what I mean?
Right.
So they have to. This is a challenge for a young team. You're right there. You're right before the trade deadline. What's going to happen? And you've got, with young players being on these young teams, been there. You're wondering, is somebody coming in and take my spot?
Right.
Am I? And so this is a real challenging week for the Orioles, I think, more so in so many different ways.